Welcome back to the seventh part of our ICO DApp project. This is where we left in the last video. We have built the entire utility function and entire UI component. All the animation is looking absolutely wonderful. Every single thing is perfectly aligned. If I check the responsive mode, you will find that it looks absolutely incredible. We have this in the middle and we have a UI component which looks absolutely fine. User can simply connect their wallet and they can purchase the token. If I click here, we'll have our drop down menu. That's also looking absolutely great. So now let's test out all the features we have developed. So if I see the menu, that looks wonderful. If I check the light mode, that's also looking absolutely perfect. So the moment I will change the dark mode, you will see there's bubbles which we have designed, it's getting randomly regenerated. So the very first thing we have to do is to connect our wallet. So I'll simply click on this connect and it's going to give me this bunch of options. So I'll simply click on MetaMask. I'll give my credential. So let me give it. And right now you can see that I'm connected with the admin account, and this is the same account which I have used for deploying the contracts, and that's what I'm using. So every single thing is looking good. Now I have to simply set the token in the contract first before I test all the features. So I will do one thing. I'll come back here, go back to the environment variable, and we have this particular token which we have deployed when we have written this entire smart contract, and this is the one we have to set in our ICO contract. So we already have the functionality which allow us to do that. So if you come back to the Web3 provider and if you come back here you will find all the feature we have developed. So let me make a little bit zoom out so we can see which function we have to call. So this function we have to execute to set the token in the contracts. So the very first thing I will do, I'm going to simply copy this one, and you will find that we are already exporting this particular function right up here in our value. So we are already exporting it. So all we have to do is to come back here in the Web3 and go back to our home section, go back to our hero section, and I'm going to import this particular function as well. So let's come back here. I'm going to import this particular function and I'm going to build another utility function right up here. So I'll simply come back here, call set token, and we have to simply call the function. So I'll simply paste it, and in that I have to simply pass the token address. We already have it. So I'm going to simply replicate this one. I'm going to simply select here and I have to go back to my environment variable and I can simply get the token address. I got it. Now I can simply paste here. We got it. Now I can simply paste here, and we have this particular function is absolutely ready. So I don't need to simply build the catch and log because that's all we are doing right up here in our Web3 context provider. So I hope you haven't forgot that how we have developed this particular logic and what are the feature and functionality we are following. So here we are handling all the error, all the notification. That's all we are doing here. So that's why I'm calling the function straight away. And this is the function we have to simply attach. So what I will do, I'll simply copy this particular function. I'll have this particular token. I'll simply copy that one. And that's what I'm going to pass it here. That's what I'm going to pass. So let's copy this particular name function, and I'm going to simply take a button as of now just for setting up. So let's see where we can define that button. So I can come back here. So if I come here, this is the one we have pre-sale. So there I'm going to take a button. So let's take a button and I'm going to have an on click function, and let's call the function. Perfect. Now what I'm doing, I'm simply calling the function. Let's call this set token. Perfect. Now if I come back, you will find that I got the button and it's absolutely ready. I'm the admin, so make sure you have to connect with the same account which you have used for deploying the contract. Before I do the transaction, let me check every single thing is good and I have enough fund in my wallet to execute this particular transaction. So all I have to do is to simply click on this set token and it's going to call. You will see the notification is working fine and we are calling the function. Click on this confirm, and here you will find that we are getting this particular notification, but I can check my MetaMask and see what exactly went wrong. So there is nothing problem. Our transaction is executing. There is some problem then in the notification component which we have to see. So just wait. We are getting this pending. Just wait. Once we'll get the confirmation from the MetaMask, and finally you can see the confirmation is done and we have and we got the notification. So we have to see what exactly went wrong in our notification model. But our token is successfully set. That's the first thing we have done. We have set our token successfully in our contract. So this is the first thing. Now I'm going to simply comment this one because this is the only thing I have to do only once. Now I will simply come back here, and here I'm going to perform a couple of changes because I have deployed the contract to the host clay. So now let me show you how you can play with the different network. So all the configuration which I have done predefined for Polygon, but you can simply change it. All you have to do is to change the symbol. So I'll say ETH, and the same thing I'm going to replace in all the places because hostly symbol is ETH. So let me find it out one by one, and I have to simply replace. So this one is the pole. That's what I have to give. Now let's see. This one is a pole. Then we can come back here and let's see, this one looks fine. This one is a pole, and I'm to change the logo as well. So I can simply come back here. I can close this one. I'll go back to the public. Inside the public, we'll have all the images. So you will have the brand, you will have the TBC, you will have the logo, and you have to get the Ethereum as well. So let me see, do I have in this? No. And this is the Polygon I have, but I don't have for the Ethereum. Don't need to worry about it. We're going to fix that as well. So as of now, just keep it as it is. Let's change this variable. I'll tell you how you can replace that. So let's change it here as well. Change this one. And this looks fine. This is our animation, entire function we have. Now we can simply go back to the component where we are rendering. So this is the SVG icon, looks perfect, no problem in that. And we have our button in which we have assigned the pole. So this is fine. This is the next stage one. So let me get it. This is good. No need to do any changes right up here. This one is fine. Here we have it. So it's going to be pole. So change this one, and this will be ETH. And this will be ETH. We're going to change the logo. Don't need to worry about it. Let's have a look to other section that where else we are using this. And that's how you can change it. I hope you have got the drill that what exactly you have to do, how you can change all of that. So that's the first thing. Now, if you want to get the logo for Ethereum, you can get it very easily. So I'll tell you to come back here in the Etherscan, and there you will have, simply click on this, save, and you will save that one. So I'll remove this one, only Ethereum, and click on the save. And I got the icon. Now all I have to do is to simply bring into my repository. So let me see where I have the icon. I have on the desktop. I'll simply come back here, bring it here, and I got the icon. Now I can simply take the name. I'll simply copy this. So we have the Ethereum, simply copy that one, cover it. Now I can simply change it. So let's find the place where I have to do the optimization, means the changes I have to do for the icon. So this one is my icon, the recipient token, and here I will have that. Let's see. So this one is the pay one, and here we have the Polygon. Simply change this to Ethereum. Now we can come back on top, and we have our function which we can simply change it. So there we have it. This one is the util function. We don't need to make any changes, and here we have to do the changes. So this one is ETH, absolutely fine. I can see this one, and we can change this to this one, looks fine. So we have done the changes, and this is how you can replace. You got the drill that what exactly you have to do. Here we have the another one, change this to ETH. Make sure you have to change it in all the places, because this one is very important, and based on this we're going to trigger the event, and we're going to assign the values. So let's paste this one. Here we have also the buy function, and let me have a look one more time that I'm not forgetting, I guess. Or you can do one thing, you can tip this, type poll, and you can simply go back in all the places. ETH. Perfect. You can see I have changed in all the places. Now every single thing is good. That's the first thing you have to do. We have set the token. Now close this one, come back here, and close this one, come back here in the context, go back to the web3 folder, and you will find that we have called this function successfully, and here we have to execute this one. So this one is fine. We have this call, our fetch one. So this is the function which we have to call now. So I'll simply come back here, and you will find that I have committed this function. So let's call it. So it's going to fetch out the information for our token. Now you will come back here, close this one, and you will give a quick reload, and you will find the details about the token. So Here you can see we have the buffer loader working fine. Let's do the inspect element. Come back here in the console and you will see that we are not getting any error. So that's a good sign. So, okay, we are getting some sort of error. So we have to explore that one. Let's give a quick reload one more time. And let's see what exactly the issue we have. No issue. So it was a earlier error. And let's see where I'm getting this one. So it's coming from our environment variable. So we can do one thing. We can see this is the provider and we have the information. So let's do the console log. We can do the console.log to see exactly what went wrong. So we got this one. Now I can come back here, go back to the console, and I can come back here. You can see this is absolutely fine. There's no problem. We are getting the information about our token. You can see the symbol, the address, the decimal point. That's all looks fine. We are getting all of those environment variable. Now what I will do, I'll simply copy this one and I'm going to check one by one. If I come back here, it's in the, let's change this one, call start, and this is how you have to debug. We got this. Now I can cut this one and let's paste here. Now I'll give a reload and just wait. And finally we got the information. So this is fine. Start is working fine, and you can see we are getting from 114 and 114. So this one is also good. Now I'll simply cut this one and I'm going to paste here. I guess there is a problem in this. Let's see. If I get the data, that means everything is good here. Now I can simply give a one more time reload and I can see that I'm having the data. So there is a problem. No, we are getting the data. So we have no issue. Still we are getting the data is 133 and we are on 133. So there is no issue in this particular one. This one is absolutely fine. I'll cut this one. Now I can simply, this one is the ending. I'll paste here. And this time I will not get the data. So let's give a quick reload and you will find that we are not having the data. The data is not there. So that means that we have an issue right up here in somewhere. So we have to identify that what exactly the problem is. So let's do that. So we have the ERC20, looks fine. There's no problem. We are using the utils model. We have the contract ETH and we have the ETH balance, which we are passing. Looks fine. We have the total supply. This is also good. And I can do one thing. Let's comment this one to see that which one is causing the issue. I'll give a reload and let's see. Okay. So the problem we are having somewhere in this. So again, I will simply comment this one and let's give a quick reload. And let's reload the page. We are having the issue in this particular portion. So it's a user token balance and we have the user TBC balance. So this token balance is coming from where? It's coming from here and we are calling this token contract, passing the address of the user. So we can do one thing. I can simply do the console log to see that what exactly happening here. So this debugging is a very important skills which you have to know. That's, I'm not removing this part from our tutorial. You can see we are getting the fund. We are getting the fund, which is absolutely fine. The user token balance, but there is some issue right up here. And that's causing the problem. So let's see the decimal, that I'm having the right decimal. So this is the decimal. I got it by default. I'll gain with this one. So there is no problem in it. We have this set token balance. And can you spot the problem? Because this one is a very basic mistake I have done. So every single thing is good here. We are taking this particular one. You might be asking that from where we are getting this preview. So here we have to define that one. So I'll come back here. Let's take this. And we're going to have a callback function because we are going to inject it. We'll say preview. Then I'm going to provide this. And now we can take one more. That will fix the issue. So what we have done, we are taking the callback function, taking the preview. Now we have executed this one. And this time we'll get the data. Very basics. Hope this is clear to you. Now we can come back here in the browser, and if I give a quick reload, you will find that we are getting the data now. We have no errors, and here we got the data about all of this token price, every single thing we are getting perfectly. So this is good, no problem we have so far. Now I can come back here. I'll go back to my code base. So this is fine. I hope you have understood that what fix you have to do. Take this one and wrap it. In this way, you will have the data about the token. So that's the first thing we have to do. Now what I will do, I have to transfer the token into the contract. Then user can able to purchase. So like let's do one thing. We can have the MetaMask, and I already have the token in my MetaMask wallet. So I'll simply come back here and I have the token address, which is this one. Simply copy this token address and let's import this token address in your MetaMask. So click here, click on this import token, and you click here and you have to select the network. So I'll go with hostclay and I'll select the address, and here you will find all the details. Click on next and you will see the entire supply I have in my wallet. So finally I have added the token in my MetaMask. Now I can able to send the token to my contract. So I'll simply come back here. This is the address of the token, like an ICO. Simply copy that one, click here, click on the send, and I can simply give the address, and now I can give the quantity. So I'll go with this, let's say 1000 or 10,000. I have enough supply. Click on confirm and it's going to perform the transaction. So let's click on this confirm, and we are sending the token to our ICO contract, 10,000 token. So the token would be available and the user can start making purchase. So just wait, the transaction is happening. Once the transaction will complete, you will get the confirmation and the token would be available in our contract. And finally, the transaction is completed and the token is successfully sent to our contract. If you come back here, it went down. Now just give a quick reload and you will find all of these details. Every single thing is absolutely empty. There's no data is available. We can see the symbols, every single thing is looking good. The icons, that's all looking good. But here is some issue. Why this balance is not reflecting? So that's the one I have to check. So I'll simply come back here, go back here, go back to my component, come back here, go back to my hero section, and I have to check the function we have which allow us to check the user balance. So this is the function which allow us to have the animation. Let's close this one. This is not what we are looking for at the moment, and I'm going to simply minimize this one. Button style button, close this one. Now we can see it's a ETH. This one is fine. This one is the button, which is good. There's no problem in this. Now I can come back here in the current balance, and here we have the ETH. We are calling this user balance, which is absolutely fine. If I try to simply do the console.log, that why it's having this particular issue. So I given this one. Now if I come back here, if I go to my console and if I see that this data need to be there. So let's see, this is what we have, web3 provider. So I'll come back here in our web3 and I'm going to simply remove this one because we already have it. Now we can come back here and this looks good, and you can see we are getting this one. Let me reload one more time. So the problem is happening that this function, I guess it's not getting called. This one is fine. You can see we are getting this from right up here, user balance. If I try to check the user ETH balance, if I check the user ETH balance, we have the balance of the user. Now let's do one thing. This is the one we have, like token balance, in which I have the entire information. So let's cut this one and paste here outside. Come back here and let's remove this one. We don't need to have too many console log. And now it's taking undefined from the hero section. So we're getting this undefined. Not a big deal. We have to do a little bit debugging that what exactly went wrong in our component. So this is what I have. Looks so far so good. There's no problem in it. It's coming from 231. That's absolutely fine. And we have the balance. I'm getting the token. Let's see. Am I missing anything else? Because I have the fund. And I can see one thing, I have to make the changes in one more place. So where I'm calculating the balance. So this is the token price. No problem in that. This is the either ETH price. We are checking the token balance. This is fine. We have the TBC. This is also good. And we have the hook. There's no problem in that. And we have the contract info. That's fine. And the sold token, which is good. There is no problem in that. This information is there. We have the token balance. It's also there. If I try to do one thing, let's say, let's minimize this one and let's do a little bit debugging. So this is the one I have. I can simply copy it and I can call in this particular hook. So I can see what exactly happening here. Paste here. And this might be giving me the data. So it will have the undefined, but soon it will give the data. Okay, the problem is that this particular function, it's calling, but in the component, it's not reflecting the data. Not a big deal. We have to do a little bit debugging to spend some more time with the code. So there's some issue in this particular function. So let's do one thing. Let's cut this one and come back here. And here we have to simply do the console log to see that do we have the data. So this is what we are updating. So let's check that we are getting this data or not. So here I've got it. Token balance. If I come back to my browser and give a reload, and there you will find that we are getting the data. The data is coming from the contract. So you can see we got it. Now I can click here and I can see in the initial load, the data is undefined. The data is not there. So it's coming from Web3. Let me check that in which place I have. So this is good. I can do one thing. So let's see where I have. So fine, no problem in that. Let's give a quick reload one more time. I can come back here and I can simply come here. Problem is here. So we have to do a few checks. So I can come back here where we have the insufficient and I can see there is a mistake I did. It's TBC token. That's what we are looking for in the execute purchase function. And then we are calling it. We are checking this one and then we are calling it. Here we have the transaction log. Let's come remove this one as of now. And we have this one. Let's call this and console.log. Paste here. Now we can come back here and let's give a reload. And here we have the undefined. Start is looking good, but the data is not there. The data is not there. If I come back here, I have to have a look. So somehow the data is not getting called off, but we have already called this particular function. Finally, I found the error. Every single thing is good in our hero section. So the only fix we have to do here in the Web3 folder. And you can see here one thing that we have taken this token balance. There is a S. But if I come back here, if I go on top, you will find that it's only token balance. So we have to add the S and save it. Now we have to come back inside the function where we are setting up. So let's call this S. And we can simply go all the way down and here we have to provide the S. So it's token balance and save it. Save it, come back to the application and simply give a quick reload and you will find the balance of the token and every single token will be reflecting fine. So here we got the balance we have in our wallet. So if I do the inspect element and if you're stuck, if you're not getting any data, you can simply open up your console and there you will find all the details about the balance. So right now you can see that there is no balance available in our contract. This is the price of the token we have set. This is the token TBC we have transferred in the last transfer, 10,000 token. This is the total supply we have. This is our ETH balance and this is our TBC balance because I'm connected with the admin account and I have used the same account for deploying the token. So that's why it's reflecting fine. So this looks fine. This looks fine. Now I can ready to buy the token. So let's give a try. So I want to give 1 ETH and you can see that I'm getting this particular price. So our calculation is also working fine. If I go with less, I'll have this one. If I go with 2, I will have this one. So let's try to buy with 1 ETH. And here I'm getting this option. This dynamic button is also reflecting fine. So I can simply click on this buy Tillman and here it's processed. And here is going to open the MetaMask and you can see that we are buying it. Click on this confirm and just wait. You can see Waiting for confirmation. Okay, just wait. I think I have applied the wrong icon, but if I open the MetaMask, you can see the transaction is pending. Every single thing is good. The icon is, I have used the wrong icon, so that's the changes we have to do in our notification section. So just wait. We are getting this, and finally the transaction is completed and we have bought the token. Successful purchase L2 token. Now if I give a reload, you will find that here we are. If you come back here, do the inspect element, check this one, and you will find the balance is went down and we have bought 1000 token. And I have used my same account for buying the token, so the fund is still there. So what I will do, I'll come back here and let's test with a different account. So this time I will go with account number 5 because I have enough fun in that, and I'm going to give a quick reload and you can see the balance is got updated. This one is also going to be update, and finally we got the balance. Now I can buy, let's say, 1000 token, and this dynamic progress bar is also working fine. We have bought the 10% of the token. If I click on this, and if I click on this buy, and it's going to call the function, we are calling the buy function. So this icon we have to fix. If I show you, you will see it's in the pending state. Once the transaction will complete, we will buy the token. So just a moment. The transaction is in the process. Right now we are doing the transaction on the host click test network, so this might takes a little bit time ratio, so just wait. And finally we got the confirmation and we got the notification that we have bought the token. Now you will come back here. If I simply reload the page, you will find that our progress bar will go up, so it's 20 now, and you will find that we have paid 1 ETH for the token, and this 1 ETH transferred to the admin. So if I come back here, and right now you will see that this token is not added here. So I want to add this token. So I have the function called add token to MetaMask. Simply click here, and here it's adding. You will find this is the logo. This is much balance I have. Click on this and the token is added successfully. So if I come back here, go back, my image is reflecting fine and the balance is also working fine. Now I'll come back here, go back to the account number 3, and right now you can see it went up to 13. Earlier it was 12. So the buying feature is working absolutely fine. That's how user can buy the token. The progress bar is also looking absolutely perfect. All the features looking absolutely good. So I hope you have understood. Now I can do one thing. I can come back here and I have to check the buying function. So why I'm getting this waiting and that icon error. So let's come back here. This one is absolutely fine. Come back to the buy token and let's see where I'm getting this waiting for confirmation. This is the toaster ID and this is the process. This one is executing, but it's throwing the wrong icon. So I can come back here. I can go back to my toaster and I can see the icon which I have applied in the processing. So let's come back here. We have the reject and we have the stop processing. We have the style. We have called this one. Looks fine. And we have our branding color for processing. This is what we are applying. We have the show processing, which is absolutely fine. We are displaying the messages, and we have this one. We have to do a little bit changes because that state is also absolutely fine. So we can come back here. This is the classes we are applying, and I notice one thing that here we have to provide info, not fail, because we have already applied the fail on the fail component. Now I can simply come back here and let's add this check. Before we execute, we have to simply check whether the ID exists or not. Then we have to call the dismiss. And the rest of the things would be absolutely fine. This is what we have. The process, all the states are looking absolutely great. If I come back here in the Y function, we are executing this one. And this is what we are providing, waiting for confirmation, which is absolutely fine because this toaster is dynamic. Now I can come back here. This looks fine. Let's try to buy one more time. And you will find that we will have that state available. So I'll simply give one and I'm going to buy and process buying, and we'll click on this confirm. We're getting this waiting for the confirmation, means you have to wait. Perfect. Now I can come back here and you can see the transaction is processing. Perfect. Just a moment. Once we get the confirmation, all the state will change in our contract. So perfect. And finally, the transaction is completed and we have bought the token. You got the notification, the states are got update. Now it's 30%. So every single thing is working fine. I hope you have understood that how powerful this application is and how we have developed it. It looks absolutely incredible. We have this effects. That's all look great. We have all of this model. So the main function is absolutely ready. If I do the inspect element, you will find the data we are storing in our local storage is also there. You can come back here, go back to the application, and there you will find the data we have stored. It's there. So this is the main function for our application which allows the user to buy our token. So finally we are done with the entire feature of our application, that how we allow user to buy, and the header section and the hero section, and the rest of the component I'm not going to design, because if I start designing it will take next 15 hours to complete all of this, and there we don't have any feature related to the smart contract blockchain. It's just the hardcode component where we are displaying the details. So I'm not going to develop any one of this component, just the footer one which I'm going to develop. So it will have this one, and I'm also not going to work on the desktop, otherwise it will take me a lot of time to design this portion as well. Like this will take extra 20 hours to work on the dashboard, then user info. The main focus I want to give here, that our application is ready where we can allow user to purchase. If you want to add, you can simply add it because we already have the functionality. You can simply design and you can simply attach the function. Every single thing is ready. Perfect. I hope you guys have understood. Now what I will do here, I'm going to work on the footer section. After that, we are done with this application. My main motive for this particular project is to teach you that how you can write the smart contract, how you can connect, and how you can bring all the functionality so user can purchase it. If you want to take the complete template, complete project, you can simply come back to the blockchain coder, and you can simply come back here in the source code section. You can go back here, and from here you can able to find the project, and you can get the complete template. You can get the complete source code of the project in which you will have the dashboard and all the other component. And the reason why I'm not developing, because it will take more than 25 hours to develop, and it's just a front end part for the UI component. So what I will do, I'll start working straight away on my footer section. So let's start working on. So I'll simply come back here in my code, and I'll simply close this one, and we already have all of these details in our environment variables, like this email ID, which allow us to send the email ID. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here, close this one. I can come back here in the footer, and this is what we have to work now. Without taking much time, let's start working on our footer section. So let's remove all of the code. Now we're going to simply import from fresh React, and where that's coming from. Then we have to import the link because we have to redirect the user to different pages. Now we have to simply import the use form, use validator, and that's coming from forms pair because we have to allow the user to give their email ID and send email. Then we can come back here and we have to import the icon, Twitter, Telegram, Discord, Medium, GitHub, and that's coming from React icon. So we got all of this import. Now we can come back here and we have to import our API key for forms pair. We got it. Now we can simply take the component footer, and it's going to take the dark mode. Now we have to simply take a couple of state variables. So let's declare that forms pair integration. It's a very simple. This package is really powerful, which allow you to send email and receive email. Come back here, we'll take a variable called set and handle submit, and that's coming from our forms pair in which we have to pass the API key. Perfect. Now it will have multiple stage and we have to display our color. So let's take this on dark mode. We'll go with background gradient to bottom, primary color, secondary. Then we'll have our else statement and provide that one. So this is the background gradient color we have. Now we can come back here. Let's take another one, heading color. Let's provide the clip text. So we are applying the same classes, nothing new. We'll go with the second primary. Let's take the link over color. We'll say clip text over effect transparent gradient, and on over effect we have the primary and the secondary color. Then we'll take a border color. We'll say border gray, and we'll take this border gray 340%. We'll take the text color, text gray 300, text gray 700. Then we'll take the text color section secondary, and we can add the color we have, the same color we have to apply. So let's do little quickly. Okay, text gray, and we'll take text gray 500. Then we have to work on the JSX and write down all the code. So we'll take a footer tag. It will have the class. We'll have the background gradient, text color, transparent colors, duration 300, relative, overflow hidden. Inside that, we're gonna take a block. We'll say background, decorative element, have a glowing effect. Then we'll take a div. It will have a class called absolute, inside 0, overflow hidden, position pointer none. Inside the div, we'll take a div. It will have a class called absolute, top 0, top minus 40%, right 40%, width is going to equal with the height and branding color and other classes. It's going to be a self-closing div. Then we'll take a div. It will have a class rounded full. We'll have a blur effect and we'll have the same color like the closing div. Let's close the div. Let's take a div. It will have a class relative z10. Inside that, we'll take a div. It will have a class called grid. On the medium, we'll say 2, large 5, gap 8, and we'll have a on the medium we'll gap 12. Inside the div, we'll have display our logo and the description. So let's take that. We'll take a div and we'll have the classes. Inside the div, we'll have our div. It will have a class called margin bottom 6. Inside that, we'll take a div. It will have a class inline flex, item center, space x2. In that, we'll take a div. It will have a class width 10, height 10, rounded full, flex, item center, justify center. And inside that, we have to take our image and display the logo. So you know the drill. It's very simple. Now let's close this one. We can come back here. Let's take the h3 and we can display the tagline, means the header. We can call the link to AI. You have to give your, and let's close this one. That's the heading. Now we have to display the description. So we'll close the div. Now we can take the div, close it. And once we have that, now we can simply take a p tag and then we can display the div. So the class, the text. Let's apply the classes. Leading, relaxed, ins. And that we have to give the text. Ecosystem, enable transparent, secure and intelligent decentralized application. Now we can simply close the p tag. So you can give your description based on your branding. Come back here, take a div. It will have a class top 6. Now inside the div, we'll take an anchor and there we have to display the ref and the classes. So let's take this class, add the classes, flex item center, justify center, background gradient to right from tell and indigo 500. Over effect will have a primary, then we'll have a secondary purple, transitional and duration. We'll have a group. So I'm going a little faster because this is the same classes we have to apply. Now we can simply come here, take the attribute. It is going to be Twitter. And there we can display the icon we have. And take the size. Then we can take the class, ground over, text white and transition color. And let's close this and we can close our anchor. So this is the first link. You can simply provide your Twitter link and it will be redirect. In the same way we have to take for all of that. So let me do that very quickly. Now we have to create the same link for all the social media icons which we have imported. So let me do that very quickly. Telegram, and there we have to define our Telegram icon and the properties. So call it, and let's give the props. Close this one. Now we have to take the third one. Discord. Close this one and provide the Discord icon and the property. Close this one. Now we have to take another one. And as of now, I'm going to take only these 3 links, but you can take many more. Now close the div. Come back here. Now we have to display the newsletter, the input field, so user can put their email ID and sign up. We'll take a div. It will have a classes. Gradient. We'll have the second primary color, indigo, and we'll have the blur effect. Inside that, we'll take our heading. We'll apply the classes, and there we can display the text will say stay updated with our newsletter, and close this one. Then we have to take the form where the user can put that email and they can submit. So we're going to use the forms where this is the function we have, and click on this on success. We have to display the data. Say state success. Then we're going to simply call the div, and there we can assign the properties. So let's take the classes. We have the div. Now let's close this one. Inside that, we'll take our icon and provide the classes as a prop. Take the span, and there we can display the message. Your message has been sent successful. We'll get back to you soon. Perfect. Now we can close the span, close the div, and we can close the dynamic block. Now we can take a div. It will have a classes. So let's apply the flex, and in that we have to display the input field where user can put the email, and let's assign the type. It's going to be an email. Let's assign the basic properties. Let's give the class placeholder, and now we can apply the classes. On the dark mode, we're going to apply this one, and on the light mode, we're going to do a slight change. So it will be a white. That's it. Add the border, and we are done with the classes. Now we have to close the input field. Take the validator. If the user not provide the accurate data, we have to throw the error message, and we can use the prefix because that's what we are targeting, and we can give the field name is the email. and we'll call the error.error status and close this one. Take the button, call this disable, classes. This is simple front end, that's why I'm going a little faster. So let's apply the same classes on the button we already have. Primary, then we have the secondary, we'll have the transition all and duration 300. Let's close the button, and that we can define our text. We'll say state.submitting. If it's true, then we can take the fragment in which we can display the dynamic text. So let's take the span. We'll have a class inline block width 4, height 4, border 2, and we'll have a transparent rounded full, and we'll have an animation effect. So it will display the circle animation, and we can take submitting. That's the first message we have. Close this one. Else we have to go with a different and default text message, which is very straightforward. So we'll take this subscribe, and we have to simply close the dynamic block and close the button. Perfect. Now we can come back here. We'll take the div, it will close the div and close the form. So we are done with the form component. Now close this one, close the one. Now we have to work on the menu. So we can come back here, resources. Altogether we're going to have 3 columns. Let's take the div and let's assign the properties. First one is going to be the header. Let's give the classes, resources. We'll have the UL, provide the class. Then we can take the menu. You can take it dynamically from the object, but I'm going with this one. We'll take the li, we'll provide the key, and we can simply provide the link, and there we can simply redirect the user. So by default here we have it. So you can do dynamically, you can take a separate object in which you can define the name, URL, tons of variables, but I'm going straight over directly. So what I will do, I'll simply give this command. So if you want to take as a form of object, you can do that, but I will redirect the user to the desktop page. Give this one desktop. Perfect. And let's apply the other classes. Very simple. All duration 300. Flex item center group. Close this one, and then we have to simply display the item. We already have it. We'll take a span, apply the classes, rounded full, purple, margin right, and we'll have the over effect, opacity, transition opposite, opacity, it's a self-closing, and we can display our item. So it will have a small dot, and close the link. Close the UL, li, and we can close the dynamic block and the UL. That's the first section. Now we have to take a couple of more just like this. So let's close the div as well. Now we can take the second one, which is the community. This is how you can define. So let me do it very quickly. It's exactly the same. So let's write it down quickly. And let's close this one. We have to close the dynamic block and we have to close our UL and the div. Come back here. Next, take the third one, contact, and apply the same. Let me do it very quickly. Take the menu and let's close all of that. Link, li, ul, and div. Let's close the div. So this is the entire menu. Now we have to work on the bottom. So we'll take this bottom section. We'll have view menu and a copyright text. Let's add the classes. Border top, we'll have a brand color, border color, and let's apply all the classes, item center and all. Inside that, we'll take a p tab. It will have our class. We'll take the classes, and inside that we will display our copyright. We'll go with the current date. Perfect. All right, reserved, and we'll take this reserved. Close this one, and we'll take the div and we'll have the flex, and there we're going to display a few menus. So let's take this terms of service, privacy policy, and we're going to simply render it. So we'll take this link and let's assign the property. So target is going to be a blank, and let's add the key. Then we can add the href, and I'm going with this particular GitHub URL, but you can provide your URL dynamically. You can give the classes, and you can simply close this one. In that we can display the item and close the dynamic link, close the component, close the div, and that's the only thing we have to add. Let's close all the div quickly. Close the footer, and here we have it. And now we have to simply export the footer component. And with that, we are done with this entire footer component. I hope you have understood that what exactly we have done. It's simple JSX. All we have done is we have imported our API key. We are using FormSpear for sending the email, and all the states are available here and here, and that's what we are calling. So that's the last component we have completed in our application. Now we have to import this component. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here and let's copy the name footer, and we can close this one. We can close this one. Now we can come back to the pages in this, and I can come here and have to import the footer component. We got that. Now we have to simply call the footer component. You can call it inside or you can call it outside, both is fine. You can call it, and here we have to send the prop, so we're going to send the dark mode, and perfect. So this is fine. Now we can come back to the application, and I'll give a quick reload, and there you will find that our footer is looking absolutely perfect. Now you can simply give your email and you can click on the submit, and you will find the loader is looking good and our message is sent it, and you're going to receive the message in your mobile device. You will have this one, you can click, it will take you top. So every single thing is working absolutely fine. I hope you have understood that how we have designed this beautiful application. It's really powerful, it has tons of feature, and the most important feature where user can simply click and they can buy in the token. So if I want to make the purchase in a decimal one, I can simply give that and I can simply buy 100 token. I can click on the transaction, here it's processing, click on confirmation, and here we can see wait for the confirmation. You can click on the MetaMask and you will see the transaction in the pending. Once the transaction will complete, you will purchase the token and you will have in your wallet, and the fund would be transferred straight away to the admin account. So just wait, the transaction is completed, and here you got the message, every single thing is got updated. It's got updated. Now we have 31%. So this looks absolutely perfect. Now I want to come back here in the code, close this one, and I want to come you here in the context web3 provider, and there you will find that we have tons of feature, tons of functionality. So you got the drill. We have tested this one. If you want, this is the one which will give us the storage. If you want to update the pricing of your token, you can simply do it from here, or you can do it from the remix side. It's very simple. So all you have to do is to simply pass the new price and simply call this particular function, and it's going to update the price. It's very simple. In the same way, if you want to update the token, you can simply call the address, give the address, and it's going to transfer the token address to the contract. If you want to withdraw, so all you have to do is to simply call the particular function and attach the function on the button and call it, so you will withdraw all the token from the contract. If you want to rescue, you can call this and give the address, and the rest of the thing is really powerful. Okay, so I hope you have understood that what are the feature and functionality we have built. The most important thing is the contract and how you can integrate, and the rest of the component which you can see is just the front end part. So this is the important section. That's what I want to cover. If I want to complete and build the complete template including the dashboard, it will take next 25 hours to do that, because these components are huge. If you really want to get the complete project code with all the component, all the dashboard and all, you can simply come back here and you can check this and you can take that. Or the main thing is we already have all the functionality, so you can simply follow it and you can simply build this particular one. So that's the only thing I want to cover. I hope you have understood that what exactly we have developed, how every single thing is looking good. It's really powerful. The menu, all of these things are looking absolutely incredible. So with that, we are done with this particular project. I want you to rewatch the video, rewatch the project, rebuild it, try to understand the architecture we have implemented, the functionality we have built, the smart contract and the web3 provider. Every single thing will make sense. If you want to get the final code, you can get it, and if you really want to master complete blockchain development, then you can come back here and check this particular course. This will teach you every single thing which you have to know to become a blockchain developer, and you would be ready to build any kind of application. You're going to master Solidity programming language, you're going to learn about the web3 ecosystem, you're going to build one of the advanced smart contract which has 5 different business model with the buying with token, bidding, tons of we have. So you can check that. We're going to build and have crash courses on the important technologies. You're going to learn about the security and optimization. You're going to learn about the global backend API development. So tons of things we have. So once you will complete this entire bootcamp, which is 8 hours plus long, you will be ready for any kind of application building to get into the industry. So make sure you have enjoyed this particular project. With that, I'm ending this. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye. Hope you have understood that what exactly we're going to develop and what are the feature and functionality we have included. Now let me show you how you can do the final code setup once you will take it, and you will give you valuable contribution that will help us to bring more tutorial just like this. When you will download the final source code, you will get the zip file. Make sure to extract this zip file and you will get this particular folder in which you will have the complete source code of this particular project. So make sure to have a zip extractor installed in your system, then you can able to extract this particular folder. And this is the folder we have to open in our VS Code. So I'll simply click on my VS Code. I'll click on this open, go back to desktop, and I'm going to simply drag and drop the folder we have extracted. Close this one. Let's make on the full screen. And now let me give you a complete walkthrough of the folder and file structure and the project we have developed. So let me close this one and close this one. The very first folder we have is the component in which you will find all the code for the component we have designed for this particular application. So the very first thing we have is the admin function. From there, you can able to control all the feature we have built in the admin. So you don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic. I'll tell you what are the changes you have to do. So this is the admin function. The next one we have is the admin overview. Then we have the contactors. Then we have the dashboard section. Then we have the global, in which we have the regular component and like a connect wallet, overlay, error, with banner, header. So that's all the regular component we have. You don't need to touch anything, just keep it as it is. If you want to do any modification, you can simply open the component and then you will find the details. If you want to do the changes in the text, you can do that very easily. You can only change the text which is white and add based on your, but you don't need to make any changes because every single thing is 100% optimized. Close this one. The next one we have is the home page, and here you will find all the code we have written for our landing. We have the feature section, blockchain slider. That's all the component we have, and that's all we have imported, and we are exporting from this particular center location so we can utilize into our different pages. So this is our entire landing page. You can simply do the changes if you want. The next one we have is the token calculator. Then we have the token documentation, we have the token cell, we have the token transfer, we have the transaction, we have the user dashboard and the withdrawal. And we are simply importing all the component, and that's what we are utilizing in different part of our application. So you don't need to make any changes, just keep it as it is. Every single thing is dynamic. I'll tell you what are the changes you have to do. So let's close this one. The next one we have is the context, in which you will find all the main functionality we have built. So this is going to be our toaster where we are handling the notification. That's all you can see. We have the util models where we are using the regular function which allow us to display different messages. And we have the Web3 provider which allows us to communicate with the smart contract and the blockchain and perform all the transaction. So just keep it as everything as it is. Don't really make any changes here. Close this one, close this one. The next one we have is the pages. So it's going to be a single page application. So here in the app.js, we have done the configuration for our wallet and wallet providers. That's what we have imported, and we have done the global configuration in our system for context management. The next one we have is the dashboard. So all the component we are displaying in the dashboard section, that's all we have. So we're getting all the important environment variable, and that's what we are injecting in all of the components. So that's all you will find here. We have multiple tab system, which user can click and they can open. So that's all we have here. Keep it as it is. The next one we have is the index, and then you will find all the code we have written for our landing page on the home page. And we have multiple component as well. So if you want to activate or deactivate, you can simply do that. If you want to remove the video slider, you can simply comment just like this and it will be removed from the front end. So whatever you want to keep it, you can keep it. Or if you want to do any edit, you can simply go to that relevant component and you can simply do the modification based on your branding and providing your detail. For example, if I want to do the changes in the FAQ section, I can come back here and go back to the home page and go back to the FAQ section. And then I will find all the details. I can simply change the question and the answer, and I can provide all the details. So whatever is white, you can simply able to customize that, but keep the rest as it is. Got it? So close this one. So this is our page section and this is our home page. Close this one. So we have seen that, and here we have the provider where we have done the global configuration for our wallet connect, because we are following the different architecture which will help us to perform the transaction on mobile device as well. So we have built our own custom signer object and provider object. That's all you will find. We have the Bing config. You don't have to make any changes here. Make sure whatever name you are giving to your brand, that's what you have to provide, which I will show you what you can provide. And if you want to import any blockchain, that's all you can do right from here. So you can simply import the blockchain. I have deployed this particular smart contract to Polygon mainnet, and that's what I have activated. So all you have to do is to simply import it and activate it here, and it will convert automatically with that relevant blockchain. So just keep it as it is. Close this one, close this one. We have the public, in which we are keeping all the assets which we are utilizing in our project. So we have the brand, we have the thumbnails, we have other images. That's all we are displaying. So just keep it as it is. If you want to do any modification, make sure to change the images. For example, if you want to put your own images, make sure to design it and keep the name as it is. Just change the image, and all the changes will automatically get reflect in the front end. Correct? So this is our public section. The next one we have is the style. So we are using Tailwind in our project, and that's the configuration we have done. So just keep it as it is. Don't make any changes. Just keep it as it is. And here we have the Web3 folder. So our front end is different and our Web3 is different, in which we have the contract and all the important packages which allow us to simply deploy the contract. So inside the Web3, you will find the artifact. Actually, I'm going to simply delete this one because it's not that important, because when you will deploy the contract, it's going to be regenerated automatically. So we have the contract, in which you will have this two contract. We have the token contract. So this is the token contract which I have created. You can create your own token. If you don't have it, make sure to provide the supply, that how much supply you want to have to your token, supply of your token. So this is the token contract which I'm providing. Or if you already have your token, you can use that token as well. There is no problem in that. And here we have the main contract which allow us to perform all of the cells. So here you will find all the contract and all the functionality we have included, which allow us to do the verification and buying and purchasing of the token. So don't make any changes, just keep it as it is. Close this one. Close this one. The next one we have is the script, and here you will find that I have done the configuration for the Polygon mainnet, because that's where I'm going to deploy, and that's the chain ID I have provided. So whichever network you are deploying, make sure to provide the chain ID right up here and do all the changes instead of Polygon to that specific network, which I will tell you. So this is our huge section. We have this contract. That's what you can provide if you are deploying to any other network. So just keep it as it is. Close this one. Close this one. Now come back to the most important thing, which is the environment variable. So click here, and here you have to get your own details. So I'm going to deploy to Polygon mainnet. So you have to get your RPC URL for Polygon mainnet. If you are deploying to any other network like Ethereum, Binance, you have to get the RPC URL for that particular blockchain, which I will tell you how you can get it. And you have to provide your wallet private key, which you're going to use for deploying the contract. And you have to provide the same wallet private key address right up here, which you're going to use it for deployment of the contract. And you must have some fund, then you can able to deploy the contract. So these are the three information which you have to provide, which we're going to use it for deploying our contract. So close this one, come back to the hard config file, and here I've done the configuration for Polygon because we are going to deploy to the Polygon main network. So it's all coming from our environment variable, which I have provided here. Got it? Just keep it as it is. Now you can come back to the package.json file, and you will find that we have done the configuration for the packages. Currently I'm deploying to Polygon, but make sure if you're deploying to any other network, all you have to do is to simply do the changes right up here. So come back to the hard config file. You can change the name. For example, if you want to deploy to Ethereum, change this to Ethereum, and you have to also change this for Ethereum. Ethereum has one chain ID, so you have to change that, and whatever name you're going to give right up here, that's the same name you have to provide here and here. So it will automatically deploy the contract to that specific network. Got it? It's very straightforward. We are using the most stable version of the packages and well audited. So this is our entire Web3 folder in which we'll have the entire smart contract, which we're going to use it for deploying our contract. So close this one. Then we have this environment variable for our front end. So this environment variable you have to provide so we can easily able to communicate with the front end and have the data. So first thing, you have to provide the details about the token. So this is the name of my token. That's what I have given. This is the name of my symbol of the token I have given, and this is the decimal point, which is going to be the same exactly. And here you have to provide that how much supply you have created for your token. So this is the supply I have created for this particular token. That's what I have provided. This is the first stage price for my token, and this is the second stage price which I have provided. Make sure you have to decide what is going to be your first stage price and what is going to be your second stage price. And here you have to provide the hash of your logo. So you have to deploy your logo to IPFS, and you have to provide the hash, which I will show you how you can get it. And here you have to provide your domain URL. So obviously you're going to have your application live on internet, which you're going to deploy on a domain. So we're going to test in our local environment, but before you move to actual mainnet, you have to provide your domain URL. And we are deploying the contract to Polygon mainnet. So that's what I have activated. This is the currency. This is the Polygon. This is the chain ID. And here you have to provide the same RPC URL, which you're going to provide right up here. Got it? So close this one, come back here. And here we have to provide these three contracts. So you have to provide the ICO contract address, which we're going to deploy. You have to get your wallet address, which you're going to use for deploying the contract of the token, as well as the ICO contract. So that's the account address you have to provide. And here you have to provide the token address, which we are selling. Connect wallet project ID, and that's what you have to provide. And it's going to be a unique ID for your project. So you will have a smooth connection when the user will connect with the wallet. So that's what you have to get, which I will show you. And here we have a different explore URL. You don't need to make any changes. If you are going to any other blockchain, make sure to replace with that particular blockchain. And you have to get your forms pair API key, which allow us to simply send email and receive email. So this is the entire environment variable you have to provide on all the changes you have to do in the environment variable anywhere else. Got it? So close this one. The next one we have is the get ignore. Just keep it as it is. Don't need to make any changes. Close this one. The next one we have is the code setup, in which we have given all the instruction about how to do the setup. So if you watch this video, which I'm recording this video till the end, you will understand every single thing that how you have to do the setup and what are the things you have to do. So that's all I have given instruction here. And I'm going to deploy this application to Hostinger, make it online so user can start using our project. And you can simply watch this particular video if you want to launch your ICO DApp in multiple currency. So if you want to sell it using USDT, USDC or native currency, so make sure to watch this video. And watch this video, you will understand everything that what are the features we have included. And if you have any question, any doubt, you can simply shoot an email. I'll try to help you in that and provide all of these details. So make sure to watch this video till then. You will automatically understand that what are the requirements you need to have to do the setup. So close this one. We have the next config, just keep it as it is, don't need to make any changes. We have the package.json file, just keep it as it is. We have the post CSS, don't need to make any changes. We have the readme file, there I have given all the important details about this particular project and all the resources which you need to get. So that's all you will find. So just keep it as it is, don't need to make any changes. And here we have the tailwind config file, you don't need to make any changes, just keep it as it is. We have written some custom classes, custom models. So if you want to do any changes in the branding, you can simply play around with this value, but just keep it as it is. So this is the complete source code of this particular project which you have got. Now let me show you how you can do the setup and deploy the contract. So the very first thing you have to do is to come back in Web3 folder and you have to get the environment variable. You have to get these three variables. So first let's get our RPC URL. So what I will do, I'm going to simply open a new tab and type ARNK. Click on the very first link. This is a very powerful website which allow you to get the RPC URL for multiple blockchain and it's free to use. So make sure to create your account and verify your account. So I'll simply click on the sign on. So finally I'm logged into my account. So make sure to create your account and verify account. Then you can able to get your own API key. So once you will log in successfully, you will have the details. You can click on this chain list and you will come back here. So I got the list. Now I have to find Polygon. So I'll simply type Polygon and you will find that this is the one which we need. So click here and it will take you to the dashboard, and from here you can get an option to copy the endpoint. You can literally use any provider. It is one of the provider which give you the endpoint. Right now we have Infura, Acme, Third Web. So tons of node provider we have which you can use it. But I'm using this one. So I'll click on this copy endpoint and it will give me this option. So I will go with the mainnet. So I'll simply copy that one. And that's what I'm going to provide here. I'll simply provide here RPC URL. That's the one thing. So make sure to create your account, verify your account, then you can able to get your own API key. Otherwise, you will get this half-hearted endpoint. So that's what you have to provide here, and you have to also provide the same RPC URL right up here. And here I have to provide my RPC URL. So simply come back here, remove, and I have provided the RPC URL here. Now I can come back here, and here now I have to provide these two environment variable, private key of my wallet and wallet address. So let me quickly get these two. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here and I'm going to click on my MetaMask and I'm going to use my first account. This is what I'm going to use. I'll simply copy that one, come back here, and that's the address I'm going to provide here. So this is the address of my wallet, which I'm going to use for deploying the contract, and I have to get the private key of this particular wallet. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here. I can click on this account details, click on this show private key. I can give my credential and I can press on hold. So let me quickly copy so I have copied my private key successfully. You should not share your private key with anyone else. If someone will know your private key, they will steal your fund. So I have copied the private key and that's what I'm going to provide here. So let me quickly provide it. So I have successfully provided the environment variable in .env file, which I'm going to use it for deploying the contract. So that's the only thing we have to do. Let's close it as of now. Now we have to simply get the address of the owner. So I'm going to use the same account, and I have used the same account for deploying the token as well as the ICO contract. So make sure to use the same one. And that's what I have provided. And here you have to provide your token address. So if you already have your token, you can provide that address. So what I will do, I'm going to use this particular token, which I already have. This is the token which I'm going to use, which I have already deployed. And if you don't have your token, you can deploy that very easily. You can simply come back here, go back to the contract, copy this one, copy this entire smart contract. Now you can come back to Remix ID. And you can simply come back here in the Remix ID and you can simply create a file. So let's click on it here, click here, called token soul, and paste here, and you can simply deploy your token. Whatever name you want to give, you can simply give it to the contract. You can change the supply, you can change the symbol, and you can simply connect your wallet. Click on this, connect your wallet to MetaMask, and now you will have this option. You can see it's connecting and it's fetching out the balance. And you can simply deploy your token, deploy it, and you will get the address, and that address you can simply provide right up here. That's how I have created my token and I have provided the address. So I got my token address and I have got the admin. Now I have to get the contract address. Now you have two options to deploy your smart contract. You can use Remix ID for deploying your smart contract, or you can use the harded configuration we have done. So for your convenience, what I have decided that I'm not going to use the harded for deploying the contract, because some of you will have a different configuration, different node version, and you might face some sort of issue. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here, copy the contract, and I'm going to deploy the contract using Remix ID. So this is the name of the contract. So what I will do, I'll simply close this one. First, I'm going to simply Copy the name, make sure to copy the name exactly. And now we can come back here in the remix ID. I'll simply come back here and I'll simply delete all the files. Make sure to delete it properly. Let's delete this one. Let's delete the artifact. I have deleted. Now I'm going to create a new file. So let's come back here. Let's call this token ICO and I'm going to give a quick reload. Let's give a quick reload because I was quite inactive for a long. I'll come back here. This is the folder we have created. Now all we have to do is to simply copy this entire contract. Copy this entire contract and that's what you have to paste here. Paste here. Close this one. You will find that our contract is compiled successfully and every single thing is well optimized. You don't need to make any changes. Just keep it as it is. This is the default price I'm setting for my token. If you want to go like little higher or little lower, you can go with that. But this is the default price I'm setting for my token. And we are setting the contract owner. So I'm using this particular void address for deploying the contract. So it will become the admin of the contract. And that's what I have already provided here in my front-end environment variable. Got it? This is very important. Now come back here and now let me quickly deploy the contract to show you. So I'll simply come back here. I'll click here. I'll go back to injected provider and it's going to connect with my wallet and you will find the fund I have. This one actual fund I have in my wallet and I'm going to simply come back here. I will select this particular ICO token. I like token ICO and I click on this deploy and it's going to make a call to my wallet and I have to simply confirm the transaction. You can see I'm paying the fund. I'm deploying to the actual mainnet. I'll simply click on this confirm and the transaction is happening. You can come open up your MetaMask so you can see the transaction in the pending. And this token would be, this contract was deployed successfully to the Polygon main network. If you want to see on the Explorer, you can click here and you can come back to the Explorer and we are on the Polygon mainnet. We have deployed the contract successfully. It's in the indexing and we have done with that. So once you will deploy this successfully, you will get this particular address and this is what you need. Simply copy that one and that's what you have to provide right up here. Provide right up here. Let's see how much money I have paid for deploying the contract. So currently how much pool I have. So I've paid very less, like 0.2 I have paid for deploying the contract, which is very less for the Polygon. So once you get your contract address, you are done with this. Now you can come back here. Close this one. So we have deployed the contract successfully. Now we have to get the ABI of our contract. So I can come back here and you can click here and type simply ABI.json. And here you have to paste the ABI of the contract. So you can simply come back here in the file and you can go back to the ABI. Simply click on this copy all, come back here and that's what you have to paste here. So this is the complete ABI of our smart contract. Once you have that, now you have to do the changes right up here. So simply close this one, come back to the Web3 folder and you will find that this is the place where we have it. Simply remove this one, paste, and we have this ABI. Type ABI.json. So you got the ABI of our contract. And that's the only thing you have to do. So in that way, you can easily able to avoid the entire Web3 folder and you're not using the hardened version. Got it? So we got all of the setup. So close this one. We got the ABI, we got the contract address. Now we can come back here and we have to get the other details. Make sure you have to provide the relevant information about the token. Now we have to get the hash of our logo. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here, open a new type Pinata Cloud. It's a really powerful platform which allows you to store your document to the IPFS. So make sure to create your account, verify your account. And when you will do it for the very first time, it will take a couple of hours to do the verification. So I already have my account, so I will simply log in straight away and I'm logged into my dashboard and you will find all the files which I have uploaded. So all you have to do is to simply click on this add file. Here you will have an option called file upload and it's going to give you this option. Now I have to go back to my project, public. Inside that I have my logo, which is going to be this one. This is the logo which I'm going to deploy. Click on this, you can make it public and click on upload and here it's uploading. And finally we have uploaded the file. I can simply copy the hash and that's what I have to provide right up here. So if you copy and paste in browser, you will find your logo is uploaded to the IPFS successfully. Now you have to get your domain. So whenever you buy your domain and try to make on live, make sure to provide the domain URL. Just keep it as it is because we have deployed to the Polygon. So I'm not going to make any changes. And we got our addresses of our contract and the admin and the token. Now you have to get your project ID from Wallet Connect. And this will allow you to connect with multiple wallets. So all you have to do is to come back in the browser, open a new type wallet connect project ID, click on the very first link, and you will come back here. Make sure to simply create your account and verify your account. Once you will do that, you will get an option called cloud dashboard. Click here and you will come back to your dashboard. From there you can able to create the project. So here you will find all the project which I have created from this particular account. So I'll come back to my dashboard. If I go back to my project, you will find all the project which I have created. So to create a new project, click here, create new. You can give a name. So I'll say Jim Tum. And once you will make your application live, make sure to provide your domain URL right up here. But as of now, I don't have it. So I'll simply click on this continue and click on it here. Click on create and it's going to create a project. And all you need this API keys, project ID. Simply copy that one. And that's what you have to provide here. Paste here. So you got your project ID and we have the Explorer. Just keep it as it is. Now we have to get our forms pair API key, which is very simple. So all you have to do is to open a new tab, type forms pair. It's a free platform which allow you to send emails and receive emails. So make sure to create an account and verify your account. I already have my account, so I will simply log in straight away. So finally, I'm into my dashboard. There you will find all the project which I have created right up here. So to create a new project, you can simply do that very easily. You can click on this add new and you can create a new form inside any project, or you can simply create a new project completely. So click on this new project and here you have to give the name of the project. So we'll say Jim Tum and I can click on this create project and it's going to create a project for me, Jim Tum. Inside that I can create a form. So I can call whatever I want. I'll say Jim Tum and whatever email ID you will use for creating your account in this particular provider in which you're going to receive all the emails as a notification. So click on this create form and it's going to create the form for me. So it will create the form and here you will find the entire setup part. But the one thing we are interested in this particular API key, simply copy this one and that's what you have to provide. So let me copy it correctly. So I have copied. Now I can come back to my code and that's what I can provide. So we have provided all the environment variable. We got all of these detail for the token. We got our logo. Here you have to provide a domain URL. And here we have the Polygon configuration. We have the addresses which we need. We have the project ID, scanner, and all of this. And that's the only thing you have to provide. Got it? Now I'll simply close this one. I'm going to open up my terminal and I have to do the installation of all of these packages. So simply type npm I. So if I show you my node version, I have the latest node version. There is no problem in that latest node version. So all you have to do is to simply type npm I and it's going to do the installation of the packages. So just wait. This might take a little bit time. Once the installation will complete, you will find our application is live and we are ready to test our application. So finally, we have done with the installation and you can see we are getting a couple of warning and we are getting this depreciate. We are using the combination of old and new packages because we have to focus on stability. So no matter when you are building this particular project, after 5 years or 10 years, it will work absolutely fine as long as you will do the exact setup the way I have explained. So simply ignore this one. Don't need to run any one of this command. So clear up your terminal. Now all we have to do is to simply start the application. So we are on the main directory. This particular main directory. Now we can simply type npm run dev and it's going to start our application on localhost 3000. You can simply copy that one. Just minimize this one. Don't need to delete it. If you simply delete it, the application will stop. So this will minimize the application. Now I can simply come back to the browser. I'll simply close all of this open tab. I'll simply open a new tab. I can simply paste the URL and hit enter and you will find that our application is live on our local environment. This might take a little bit time and finally it's live and whatever details we have provided, every single thing is looking good. You can see I'm getting this particular option because we have used the latest model. Now you can simply click on this close and it will be closed right up here. It's closed. What I will do, I'll simply click here and I can click on this disconnect and here we are disconnected. I can simply give a reload. Every single thing is looking good and we have all of this interface. I have also activated this video card so you can able to provide the details about your project in a video form which user can watch it. And I have also added this particular video slider. And if you want to have it, you can simply have it, or if you don't want to have it, you can simply remove it. You can simply click here and you will have the video details. So that's what I have provided. If you want to simply deactivate that, you can come back here and go back to the index page and you can simply remove it from here and it will be removed. You can bring it back. But I want to have the video. So every single thing is looking good. Now the very first thing you have to do is to come back to your dashboard. So click here and you can come back to the dashboard and here you are. Click on this connect wallet and you can click on this MetaMask and it's going to open up this form. I can connect with my same account, the account number 1, which is the admin, because you have to activate. So I'm connected successfully and I'm here in the dashboard. You can able to find that I'm connected with the same wallet address which I have used for deploying the token and the ICO, and I have this available, the admin options. Right now every single thing is empty. The very first thing you have to do is to come back here in the admin function, and here you have to set the token. That's the first thing you have to do. Right now you will find there is no data is available. Every single thing is empty because you have to set the token, that which token you want to sell it. So I have the address of the token right up here. I can click here and this is the address of the token. I can simply copy, and that's what I can come back to the token configuration and paste the address, and I have to update it. Click on the set token cell and it's going to make a call to our smart contract, and this token would be set in our contract. Right now you can see I'm getting this particular warning because right now the transaction is very high. A lot of transaction is happening. So whenever you get this kind of warning, you can simply click here in this and you can select the recommended network fee and click on confirm, and the transaction in the process. You can click here and you will find that currently we are performing the transaction and setting this token into our smart contract, and the transaction is confirmed and we have done the setup of the token. So you can click here and it will take you to the Polygon Explorer. There you can able to have the details about the interaction which you have done and the data you have sent. So you can easily able to explore the data. So it's currently in the indexing process. Now I can come back here, the token is set. Now if you go back to dashboard, there you will find the details about the token. So the total supply of the token we have available is this much. So it will automatically fill out all the details about the token we have submitted. But right now there's no token available in our contract. So we as an admin, we have to transfer the token to the admin contract so the user can start purchasing. So what I will do, I'll come back here in the transfer token section and I'm going to transfer the token. So this is the token which you have to transfer to our admin. I'll copy this one and that's the address I have to provide. I have provided the address. Now it will fetch out that how much balance I hold in my wallet. Now I can come back here and I have to get the ICO contract address, which is this one, where I have to send it. So I'll send this much and I'm go with little less because I don't want to send much, because this is the transaction I'm showing on the actual network and this is my actual token which is live for one of our projects. So I'll simply click on this transfer token and the transaction will be completed. Once the transaction will be completed, you will find the token would be sent. So let's click on this confirm and here we are sending the token to our ICO contract. Once the transaction will complete, you will find this token would be available in our contracts. So you can open up your MetaMask and the transaction is completed. You can see the logs and you can simply go on the Explorer and you can see the transfer of the token you have done, like from which account you have sent to the contract. That's all the details you will find right up here. So we have done the transfer of the token. Now if you come back to the dashboard, you will find the token will be reflecting here. So sometime it will take a little bit time for indexing. So you can give a reload and you will find the token would be available. So we have transferred 1000 token. That's what is reflecting. You can also come back to the admin section and there you will find the transfer of the token you have done. Currently we haven't sold any token, which user can see. Now, if I want to purchase the token, I can do the purchase of the token right from here. So for example, I want to purchase something very less, like 100 token you want to purchase. I can click on this purchase and the transaction in process. Click on this confirm, and once the transaction will complete, I have bought 100 token from the total ICO supply. So just wait, it's happening. You can click on the MetaMask and you can see the purchase is completed and we have bought the token. The progress bar is also dynamic. It's working absolutely fine. And we can simply come back to the home page and we can also buy the token right from our home page. So I can come back here. Right now you can see the progress bar is went up 10%. I can, let's say this time I'll go with little, like again, because if I give one, it don't have any supply. So I'll simply click on this buy and it's going to make a call. I'll simply click on this confirm and the transaction is happening. So just wait. Soon the transaction will be completed and the token you have purchased successfully. So it will become 20 and we have sold the token. Looks perfect. So it's went up and it's 20. So that's how user can buy the token. And that's what you have to do. You can set the token and you can simply provide the supply and you will find that this much token is available, the transaction which you have done. If you come back to the admin, then you will find the total token you have sold and all of these details. Now, if I want to withdraw the token which I have in my contract, I can come back here and I can able to withdraw. So this is the current supply. I can simply click on this withdraw all token and it's going to withdraw the token because I don't want to keep the token inside this contract. Let's click on this confirm and the transaction is processed. and it's going to withdraw all the token from the contract and it will transfer to the admin who deploy the contract. So you can see the transaction is completed and we have withdrawn the token. So every single thing is looking fine. I hope you have understood that how powerful application is this, and you can easily able to sell your token. And this is what you have to do. This one is really advanced feature we have included. So I can simply come back here, go back to the dashboard, and that's what we have. I can simply click on my MetaMask. I can simply click here and I can connect my wallet. Connect my wallet. And finally, my wallet is connected. And you can see we have withdraw all the token. That's why it's 100%. So that's how you can able to do the setup of the project. That's how you can able to allow user to buy your token. I hope you have understood every single architecture. Now let me show you how you can deploy this application to Hostinger and make it live so other can start buying your token. So what I will do, I'll simply come back to my code. We're ready for the deployment. So make sure to provide your domain URL. So I already have my domain. So I'll simply come back here. I'll open up my new tab and type, this is my actual website, which I'm going to use it for deployment. So that's the domain URL. I'll simply come back here and that's what I'm going to provide. So make sure to provide your domain URL, whatever the name you have taken, that's what you have to provide. Got it? Now simply close this one. Make sure to remove the environment variable which you have provided, but we haven't used it. So you can simply remove the environment variables like private key. So I have removed my environment variable from here like private key and the void address. So make sure to remove it. Close this one. Now we have to execute this particular command. So come back here and we have to run this particular command, build command. So open up your terminal, stop the application from running, clear up your terminal, type npm run build and hit enter. The moment you will hit enter, it's going to compress the entire project code and it will give you the static model which we have to deploy. That's why we are focusing on stability, because once we'll have the static module, it will work absolutely fine. So finally the process is started and you will find that our project is got compressed successfully and we got the static model and we have successfully generated our out folder. So you will find this out folder in which you will have the complete source code of this project. And this is the entire code which you have inside the out folder we have to deploy to Hostinger. So I'll simply close this one, close this one. Now let's deploy. Now let me show you how you can deploy this application online so other can start using your project. So you can come back to the readme file and there you will find all the details I have provided, that which hosting provider you have to use. So you can use Hostinger, which is really powerful and they have incredible support. They have backup system and currently they are offering more than 55% discount. So you can simply copy this one and you can simply copy, come back here, click on this, paste this URL. And when you will use this particular URL, you will get 50 to 70% discount on your first purchase. So from here, you can able to read about this particular hosting provider. It's really powerful and they have an incredible support and backup system. So currently they are offering in a very cheap price. I'm from India, but no matter which part of the world you are, you will get a 75% discount in all the services which they are providing. So if you come back here, you can able to compare that which package you want to take. So if you are starting up with a small project, you can pick this one, but I would highly encourage you to take the premium one, which is very much affordable and you can easily able to have a lot of feature in that. So you can see what you will get in the premium. You can pick any one. Starter, for this one is for single website and this one is for multiple website, in which you will have a lot of extra feature. So you will have up to 10 website you can host, manage Hostinger, like monthly visitor, storage. That's all you will find. You will also get a free domain in the premium plan, which you can use it. You will have a dedicated IPFS. If you want to use WordPress management, you can do that. If you can see the AI hosting builder, you will get that. You will have the security modules. You will have the support. So they will give you incredible support. Like all the projects which I have built, the support is absolutely incredible. What are the other things you will get? You can simply compare your plan. So you can pick either single if you are going with this particular project, or you can go with the premium if you want to scale it up and have more visitor. So I'm going to buy the premium feature for this particular project for deploying. So click on this choose plan and you will come back here. So you can create your account. I'll go to select Google for it, click here, and I have to pick my account which I'm going to use for creating. So I'll select this one and just move it in my cart section. So here I can able to find the details about the service which I have picked. It's a premium one and by default it will be selected 48 month. But I want to show you as a demo purpose, so I will go with 1 month, but I would encourage you to pick either for 24 or you can go for 48 month. In that way, you will have the maximum discount. So I'll pick 1 month and here it's going to cost me this. And I want to also get the domain, because currently to get a free domain, it's available in 12-month plan. So if you buy the 12-month plan, then you will get a free domain, but it's not available in 1 month. So I'm going to simply buy a domain right from here. So I'll say coders dash projects. So this is the domain name which I'm going to pick. And here you will find that what are the domain name is available. So you can pick from yours end. And I have to find the like cheapest one is going to be this one. It's very cheap and it's going to be valid for 1 year. So finally I have bought the domain. It's valid for 1 year and I can select the extension I want to use if I want to pick anyone, but I'm okay with this, the store one. And this much money I have to pay, so I have to simply click on this continue, and here it's going to redirect me right up here. Finally I'm redirect here in the payment page. So let me quickly make the payment. So I'm buying two things, like first is the hosting premium and the domain, and you can see that I'm paying very minimum. It's just for 1 month I'm buying. So let me continue with the payment. So finally I've done with the payment. After completing payment, I'm redirect here, so you can simply select my or my business, and you can simply click on next, and it will ask you a couple of things that how you want to create, like migrate a website, grant as a developer to do for me, or you can simply go to this test. Here it will ask you to pick different providers, like you want to use hosting a website builder, or you can do anything. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here and I'm going to open a new tab, because once you do that you can simply come back here to hostinger, or I can simply copy this one to get it to my account. So I'll simply paste here. So make sure come back to the hostinger. We have done with account creation. Now I can simply log into my account straight away. And finally, you can see after creating my account, I have successfully logged in, and you can able to find the dashboard. Now I can easily able to see all the details. So if I come back to the domains, there you will find that my portfolio, I can able to see the domain which I have bought. So this is the one which I have bought, and I haven't done the setup. So to do that, I can simply click on this setup, and here it will ask me that how I want to do the setup. I can set the country, which is India. I can set it for personal, or I cannot set it for organization. So you can set it for anything. The setup is going to be exactly the same. So let's select for organization, click on next step. And here you have to fill out all the details about your domain. So it would be registered. So make sure to fill out the details properly. Now I can click on this finish registration, and here you will find that my domain is getting registered based on the detail which I have provided. So that's the first thing you have to do. Go back to your domain and do the proper registration. So you will have a valid domain available which you can use in your project. So here you can see it will complete soon. So the setup is completed. Now I can click on this continue, and I will come back to my dashboard, and here you will find the details. If you go back to the domain, then you will find that the domain verification isn't pending because it's happening the verification now. Soon it will complete. Now once we're done with that, now you can come back to the website, and here you will find the list of websites. So click here, and right now we don't have any website yet. So what we have to do is we have to simply upload the code we have generated to do the setup. So we say start, continue setup, click here, and you will come back here, and here you will ask you that how you want to provide and host the application. So we'll say empty HTML website. So click on this, and from here you have to pick the domain which one you want to use. So this is the domain which we have bought, so I'm going to select this one. I've selected that. Now I can click on this next, and it's going to simply go to the next step, and from here I can select the region of my location. So based on your audience where you are targeting, you have to pick. I will go with India, which is going to cover almost every single portion. So I'll simply select continue, and here the project is initialized. So we are successfully creating the project. Let's wait. Once the project will create successfully, then we can easily able to perform the transaction. And here you will come back to your dashboard. From there you can able to control the entire website. Here you will find all the thing which you have in your control, like hosting plan. You can able to check the performance, you can able to check the analytics, security, email, domain, website files. That's all you will find here. Right now you can see we have selected this domain. That's what we have connected, and currently this domain is not activated. It will take up to 24 hours because just now we have created and bought the domain. And here you will find the details about the domain. So if you click here, and you will have the details about the domain, the activation, the verification is in the process, the email ID and the price. That's all you will find. If you come back to the DNS name server, from here you can able to configure any DNS which you want to configure, like you can child name DNS. That's all you will find. Domain ownership, that's all you can able to check. So come back here, I'll go back to the home, and here we will find all the projects. So I'll go back here, go back to the website list, and I can select the website I have, go back to my dashboard. So I'll come back to my dashboard. This is the hosting, this is the email. So if you want to set the email, you can do that. Now we have to upload our code. So our website is running smoothly. Now to upload the code, all we have to do is to simply click on this file manager, and it will open this particular model, and from here you have to upload our file. So we have to simply click here, go open this particular folder, and we can simply delete this one. It's not that important. Simply delete this one, and we have to upload the folder. So click here, and here we can simply upload a folder or upload a file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply close this one. I'm going to open my project, which we have here. So this is the one we have, and this is the output folder we have generated. In that we have the complete source code of the project. So all we have to do is to simply select this one and drag and drop here and close this one. You can see the folder and files is got uploaded successfully. Here we have all of things. Every single thing is looking good. This is the 404 and this is the starting page of our application. If you open that, there you will find all the details. Perfect. So let me close this one. Now let me give a quickly reload, and here we have uploaded that. Now you will find that, come back to the package.json, the file manager, and you will find the files we have uploaded successfully. It's reflecting here inside the public folder. Got it? So this is the one thing you have to do. Now come back to the dashboard, and I can simply come back here. I have to wait for at least 24 hours to get it activated. Once we'll activate, the website is live and you are easily able to interact and make the transaction. If you want to clear the cache, what happened, we make any changes in the project and we don't want to have the same copy of the code in different browsers. So we have to clear the caches. We can simply click here and you can able to clear all the cache. So let's call this clear cache, and the cache is clear. So it will take up to 24 hours to get fully activated. So after waiting for 24 hours, finally our application is live on internet, on Hostinger, and now user can start buying your token. You can share the URL, you can do the marketing, and user will purchase and you will get the fund right in your wallet address. So I hope you have understood that how every single thing is working and how we have done the setup. So this project is really powerful, which allow you to sell your cryptocurrency and raise capital for your project. So that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. I hope you have understood all the feature functionality we have included and how everything is working. So with that, I'm ending this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.